Hello everybody and welcome to my Mario RPG Let's Play. Mario RPG is one of my more favorite SNES games that involves a Mario and an RPG. So I know what you're thinking off the bat. Oh wow, Bowser stole Princess Toadstool again. Mario's gotta save her. Well, this game, we're gonna see in a little bit. So, since it's an RPG, you're gonna probably be thinking that I'm gonna do a lot of fighting. Of course, since it's an RPG. But what I do is, if it's an enemy that we've already fought, then I'm going to cut out the battle. For instance, I'm going to run into this turtle here and show off the battle. Now, the battle system for Mario RPG, I wouldn't say is more innovative, but it's more interactive compared to the other RPGs I've played, like Final Fantasy or Chrono Trigger. For instance, you have these things called timed hits. After a certain animation of which Mario uses his hand, like right there, if I didn't press the A button, then he wouldn't have done more damage. This applies to defensive skills and a lot more other skills. I'll go more into detail of that. Since we've already fought those turtles, I already cut off the battle, so you don't need to see that, which saves me and you guys a lot of time. Anyways, we're in Bowser's lair. Try not to fight that many battles. You'll end up losing more health than anything, really, because you don't gain any experience in the beginning of the game. Not until you leave Bowser's castle, that is. So now that we see Princess Peach is kidnapped and we're jumping on top of a chandelier, I don't know why, but now we have to go in a fight. So what I'm doing here in this fight is I'm attacking Bowser. Don't do that. Even Peach announces that you're supposed to be attacking the chain. Attack the chain. That's your main priority. I don't know why I started attacking Bowser. Right here, Peach will announce that you have to start attacking the chain. Because if you try fighting Bowser normally, you're probably not going to beat him. I'm not sure. I've never done it. Because every time Peach has announced that you have to whack the chain, it's just that I always hit the chain. Because the chain is the most effective way to get rid of Bowser, since it just drops him. I'm surprised at how Mario and Bowser got so high up into the sky. I mean, like, all of a sudden we were just on the floor, and now we're all the way at, like, the ceiling or whatever. Alright, so he just beat Bowser. What was that sound? No! Yeah, for an RPG game, we get a lot more, let's say, personality between the characters. Bowser's kind of the character. We'll see later. Mario is a silent protagonist, which I kind of don't mind, because Mario's really kind of active in this game. He expresses a lot through body movement. So everything seems kind of normal, just, you know, like every other Mario game. Mario and Bowser fighting. Mario saving the princess. Yeah, nothing here. You just gotta jump. You don't have to do anything. It's just a cutscene by this point. Not that much going on in the beginning of the game. And Peach starts, and something's happening to the castle. What's this? Star Road. And we see that a giant sword is coming out of the sky to do whatever. Let's see. Get stuck in Bowser's Keep. And everybody, I welcome you to Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. This game is amazing. And hopefully I'll be able to talk almost through all of it, since I've pretty much recorded the majority of it. And, you know, it's probably going to be a blast, since I probably have a lot of things to say about this game. So what was that giant sword we just saw that hit the ground? Well, we're not really going to figure out that much about it until we visit Bowser's Keep. But since Mario just got thrown out of the castle, he just lands back in his pipe house. And as we see Toad running immediately to Mario. Hey, Mario! Lots of people use something called a door to get in and out of their houses. Yeah, this game has a lot of comedy attached to it, which I do like. Gives a lot of personality to the characters and whatnot. So, because I'm an idiot, what I don't realize at the beginning of the game, since it's been a while since I've played the beginning, I often start from Mushroom Town, or Mushroom Kingdom. I oftenly just ran around for the first few minutes, but nothing serious. And if you're wondering what that jump cut was, yeah, I'm cutting out all the save points throughout me in the course of the game. So if you're, because you're watching me, and most likely I'm not doing the right thing right now, what you want to do is you want to go back to Bowser's Keep, and Mario's gonna show some significance towards saying that he's not going to be able to reach there because the bridge was broken off, as we saw earlier in the beginning of the game. Oh, no, wait, never mind. We'll see later. So I don't think I figured this out until a couple minutes later, but whatever. You know, it's all fine and dandy. Yeah, I also tend to get stuck on walls and bushes a little bit, because, you know, the controls in this game, they're good, but they're not perfect, I would say. So now we head back to Bowser's Keep, and we suddenly realize that the giant sword and Mario's freaking out. Halt, who goes there? So all of a sudden, the game changes its mood and atmosphere completely once the second this sword starts smacks the castle. And we're just wondering, what's going on? Who is this? Well, his name's Exor, and Exor, he doesn't really serve that much of a purpose between having two gate worlds. We'll see really late into the game. So we can't trespass. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna go to our house again and talk to Toad. And as I walk away, and here's the point where we have to start learning the game mechanics, because Mario first talks to Toad about Bowser's Keep, and the cutscenes, I wouldn't really say they're too interactive or anything like that, but the cutscenes are pretty fun to watch because you see Mario jumping and talking a lot. Yeah, HP level. There are specific items that you want. Now, I wouldn't say like every other RPG where there are specific status ailments. There's only kind of like generic things in this game. It's like mushrooms recover your health, and what was it? Honey syrup or whatever recovers your flower points. You know, nothing big, just some basic items. It says read items right here. You know, as Toad is explaining. So mushroom restores 30, I think, was it 30 or 20 HP? I don't really remember. Yeah, it says recovers 30 HP. But, flower points. They're not really that useful now, because it's still the beginning of the game, and we really haven't used them for that much, but I'll go on to them later. This is pretty much the tutorial, because Toad's going to explain to every new player how to use timed hits, how to use items, and etc. Since I already know how to play the game, I kind of skipped out some of the stuff, but I also kept some of the stuff in because it's kind of, I wouldn't say more like for new players, it's just something that's interesting for people to talk about, like for instances later in the game that I really needed to keep in. So as Toad goes to the Mushroom Kingdom, we have to go through Mushroom Way to get there. So I run into the Goomba to show our first real battle. Timed hits, like I said earlier, you have to hit at a specific time. When Mario starts swinging his hand at the very end, you press A, and then Mario will do another attack, thus causing double the damage. This also applies to defensive abilities. If you defend at the second, well, it's really odd to me, because if you defend at the second an enemy attacks you, or after the animation the enemy attacks you, you will either receive 0 damage, or more than the damage you're normally getting. See, like that. I got hit. And there I defended, so I took less damage. It's odd the way it works. And since I cut out the other battles, you might see me with lower health or stuff like that, so don't expect me to, you know, always have full health or whatever. Although I try to maintain my abilities to be good at this game. And, yeah. Sky Troopas, they're not really different from Goombas. They're just slightly more powerful, and they slightly do more damage. You might want to be careful, because it's still early on in the game, and you're really not as well prepared as you think you are. But, shouldn't give you a run for your money, you know. Nothing serious. So I just try to run in as many battles here. And I'm leaving in the level ups, because those are probably by far the most important part after the battle. See, as I kept it in the level up system, here's how it works. Each character can level up and then choose a specific stat they want. It goes from POW, which increases your defense and your total attack, and then increases HP, just your total HP, and then your magic power, and then your magic defense. For Mario, Mario's pretty much the basic character. He becomes the strongest character by the end of the game if you're doing everything correctly. And every other character, we'll get later to them. I'll explain them later. But Mario, by the end of the game, should be the most powerful. And he's pretty good since, he's the main character, so he's probably one of the best, obviously. Now, what Toad just gave us was a flower tab, if I believe. Flower tabs increase your flower points by 2, or 1, if I recall. Yeah. Flowers in this game don't serve the purpose of Mario going into Fire Flower Mario. They serve the purpose as your MP, like in other RPGs. And unlike every other Final Fantasy game or Chrono Trigger or, Dragon Quest, MP isn't separate for every character. It's an MP pool. So if one character was to use an HP recovery, then the other character would have all those flower points gone. Don't worry though, because flower points, sometimes, while they cost a very lengthy amount, some characters you'll never really be using flower points for. By the end of the game, you're really not going to be worrying that much because you're going to have a load of flower points. So, yeah. So now we're heading our way into the... now we're heading further into the area of which we need to go to the Mushroom Kingdom. Now we just got to meet up with Toad as I try to find experience and then just go to the brothers, or the Hammer Brothers. Hey, you looking at me? Me and my hammer don't like you. So... this is the part of the game where it introduces you to, I guess, I could say mini-boss, because at this point in the game, you kind of understand the mechanics and stuff, so now they're going to throw a mini-boss at you. Now, the Hammer Brothers, they're not too bad. They're not too hard. They shouldn't give you a run for your money. They're not difficult. What I recommend you doing is, if you're out of flower points, just keep jumping on... like, if you have flower points, jump on the Hammer Brothers, because that's the most effective way of killing them, because at this time, their jump is your most strongest move for Mario. Let me say this now, the jumping the specific flower point abilities that you get for every character, they're not the most powerful. As in, you can't do... like, every enemy isn't weak to a specific thing. Like, if I were to jump on another enemy, then it probably wouldn't do as much damage. See, as I use jump, the Hammer Brothers are already being taken out. Valor up, if I recall, just makes the Hammer Brothers increase their attack and defense, so watch out for that. But there's the Hammer Brothers mini-boss, and we're done with that. See, not too bad. Not too bad. Flower jar. Whenever you get a flower item, use it immediately, because I really recommend you use it immediately, because if you don't, what's the point of playing the game unless you want to do a low-level run and a low-flower run? Whatever. Since we beat the Hammer Brothers, we get their unique item, Hammer. Yeah, it's just called Hammer. But don't worry, you can buy later items. It's not like other RPGs. The only moment you'll ever find, like, secret items is at the very end of the game, or by doing really stupid tasks. But whatever, So, yeah. We're just heading on to Mushroom Kingdom now to figure out what's going on with Bowser's Keep, because it's just some random giant sword Exor just came out of the sky and just randomly stabbed Bowser's castle. So, I try to interact with the NPCs as much as I can in this game, and by as much as I can, I mean, I talk to them, but not all of them. I'm just pretty much showing what the NPCs will do. Some of them will tell you really cool stuff, and some of them will tell you really unimportant stuff. So, yeah. Mushroom Kingdom, in the beginning of the game, it really doesn't serve much purpose. But anyways, there's an inn. An inn refills all your health, and there's an item shop which you can buy mushrooms and flower pot or honey jar, honey syrup, and whatever to restore, the basic stuff you get for an RPG. And I look around the castle to remember if there's anything I could get. I can't get anything right now, not until we talk to the Grand Elder. But just walk around the castle. There's an Easter egg here where I think if you sleep at the inn, you'll see Samus in this room, and she'll be sleeping right there. And if you talk to her, she'll make the fanfare theme whenever you pick up an item from the Super Metroid series, or just the Metroid series. Now let's see what they're gonna have to say. So now, let's wrap it all up. The princess was stolen by Bowser, and we tried to rescue her, but as we rescued her, a giant sword came out of the sky called Exor, and then destroyed our path to get to Bowser's Keep. Yeah, that's one way Mario expresses everything in this game. As we saw, Mario try to reenact the scene of everything that happened in Bowser's Keep. So, and apparently everybody's perfectly fine with understanding what Mario says. I don't understand how, but whatever. Game logic, I guess. And now we got a map. And now the Chancellor keeps telling us things about everything, or just keeps telling us things about how important things are. So yeah. And now we just head out back to Mushroom Kingdom. He said we can restock, so come down here. You definitely want to come down here. This Toad will explain to you some pretty basic things. Mushrooms in treasure boxes restore all of your health and flower points, etc. Flowers give you 1 point to your flower point, which you can use in battle. Big coins are 10 coins. Small coins are a singular coin, so remember that. Coins in this game, you're probably going to need them, because if you don't, have fun, because coins are really effective in terms of like buying new equipment, because new equipment is really going to come in handy, trust me. And what's this? What's going on? Somebody apparently chasing a crocodile down for some reason. Good luck with that. Not much he could do. So the second he starts crying, it starts to rain. Let's go meet up with him. This character, his name is Mallow, as we'll see in a second. He's our second party member of the game, while a very effective one. And Mallow just realizes that he's talking to the Mario, as everybody calls Mario in this game. So we decide to help him, and yeah. Let's see what happens more on the next part. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you stay tuned.